Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Roche Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our video. NBA Finals, Game 4, 2-1 lead for the New York Knicks, but things are getting dicey in New York City right now with the San Antonio Spurs with a big lead over New York, 47-25. I don't think anybody was expecting this type of comeback and performance by the San Antonio Spurs so far after falling behind 2-0 in the series. Completely different than what we have seen in the Stanley Cup Finals, where two teams split, Vegas and Carolina, and then the two teams split again. So we're at 2-2 in that series. Definitely going to be interesting to see what happens in the rest of the Stanley Cup. But in the NBA Finals, it looked like we were going to see a sweep. Wasn't competitive outside of Game 2 being close because of the fact you had Spurs giving away Game 1, falling apart at the very end. The Knicks won that one in San Antonio. And then Game 2, entire game, the Knicks are in control. And then somehow, some way, San Antonio comes back, takes the lead, tied at the end, and then Wembanyama turns it over. Such a big mistake. And, I mean, everybody's upset at him. But, I mean, you think about the fact that, there's other errors that led up to it. So it's not just Victor Wembanyama's fault. It's a team effort. But after that, you've got New York up 2-0 in the series. Having won both games in San Antonio, you're thinking this series is a wrap. It's over. I mean, you even saw Charles Barkley on Inside the NBA basically saying that much. It was like after that game, it's like, oh, yeah, this series is over. And since then, you had all the fanfare for New York in the previous game. Game 3, first game for the Knicks in a finals game at home since the 1990s. And you had so many celebrities in the building. You had the president in the building. It was a big deal for New York, and the moment was too big for them. They ended up losing that game the other night, and it was a close game at the end. I mean, OG Anunoby had 28. He had a good game. Brunson was really solid. Towns had a good game. Josh Hart played well, but they didn't get much else production outside of those guys. And now they're in a 22-point hole. And I have not seen the entirety of the beginning of the game. Sorry to start the game, streaming the game late. I have not done a live stream for an NBA game in a long time. So I wanted to fit one in before the NBA season is over. And I'm definitely excited to stream the rest of this game. I mean, if it's a blowout, I'll definitely end it early. But hopefully it's a competitive game. It has a lot of classic moments. But I have not seen the entirety of the beginning of the game. But I've seen, like, the big storylines that Towns picked up 2 early fouls. The Knicks ended up going to 2 other centers. You had Mitchell Robinson in there, and then they went with a third-string guy for a bit. And you've had some little flagrant foul issues, both teams. I'm not really getting into it, but just hard physical fouls, definitely frustration back and forth. But we've had a long time out here with 10:45 to go in the second quarter. It looks like Victor Wembanyama is going to be going to the line to shoot a free throw. But man, the Knicks arena right now, I don't have the TV up, but it's quiet. I mean, they are absolutely quiet in Madison Square Garden. Just shock. Because, again, it looked like the series was over. I mean, I pretty much thought so. After picking the Spurs to win in 7, and then they go down 2-0 after losing both games at home. You're thinking it's done. It's wraps. But you've got the San Antonio Spurs, the young San Antonio Spurs fighting back. Wembanyama right now with 14 points, 48-25, and New York's got to get something going. They got to get something to inject life into this crowd because there is no life. I mean, it's like I said, you've got people on their phones right now. I mean, you can see it in the crowd. They're not even paying attention to the game. They're so upset, probably venting online, which I don't blame them. I mean, again, Knicks fans want to win this series so bad. I mean, they have not won a NBA title in 50 years. A couple of near attempts with Patrick Ewing, but just have never gotten back to the mountaintop like they did in the 70s. But you got Towns down low. bully ball, getting inside, scoring and one. And to me, that is what the Knicks need to do a lot more of. They need to get Towns involved more. I mean, because in game 1 and 2, he was dominant. And it just felt like at times in game 3, the Knicks got away from Towns. Towns is a mismatch nightmare for the Spurs because even though Victor Wembanyama is so tall and lengthy, he can't really fully handle the strength of Karl Anthony Towns. The physicality he has down low is an issue for Wemby. And I think that they need to utilize that more. They're not utilizing it as much as they could. So definitely good to see Towns getting involved down low. But, I mean, San Antonio, I mean, they have a good team. That's why I was so shocked they fell behind 2-0 as it was. I mean, when you look at the fact you've got Wembanyama, probably, you know, a top 10 NBA player at this point. I mean, I don't even think that's disputed. I mean, he's fantastic. And then he's surrounded by not really any other star players, but guys that they have a couple guys that could be stars. They had Fox. He's a great player. De'Aaron Fox, I mean, when he was at the Kings, he was borderline a star player. He's now more of a really good guard. I don't think he's a star, but he's a great player, more of a veteran for the team as well. But then they've got young guys like Stephon Castle, and they also have Dylan Harper, who are both really good and are only going to get better. So you talk about dynasties, kind of like how the Thunder, you know, they won it last year. Everybody was thinking the Thunder were going to build a dynasty. It's not to say that they can't. The issue with the Thunder for me was the injuries this year. I still think the team's going to be really good and like long term. They'll get back there. They'll get far into the playoffs again. Probably go back to another title in the future. But that was a big issue for the Thunder this year was health. So the Spurs have kind of risen up and they've built this team around Victor Wembanyama, and they've got Keldon Johnson. They've got even Harrison Barnes, who's an older veteran in there. De'Aaron Fox. I like the team. I really like what San Antonio has done. But, New York has, like, one of the most – it's not a perfectly constructed roster. There's no such thing. But, it's aesthetically about as good as you're going to get. You've got a big physical center in Cat who can shoot threes, modern big that can do it all. OG at the 4, who does everything. One of the best – he's not a 3-and-D player anymore. The 3-and-D label, I feel like OG has shed that. He's no longer just a 3-and-D wing like everybody labeled him as. He's a guy that can just do everything. I don't want to say jack of all trades, master of none situation for OG because I don't think that's true, but he's just so good at everything. He's a good shooter. He's a good free throw shooter, good rebounder. He can assist. Passing, not the greatest, but he can pass. Dribbling, not the best, but he's gotten better as he's gotten older in the NBA. He can score at all 3 levels, and he's one of the best defenders in the NBA. Definitely a guy that still doesn't get talked about enough. And then you've got Jalen Brunson, one of the best guards in the NBA, and he's a floor general. And in the way the Knicks team is built, they need a point guard like Brunson. If they had a point guard that was kind of score first, I don't think it'd work. Brunson, he scores. Don't get me wrong. He looks to score, but he looks to pass first and get his teammates going. Now, the issue is for New York right now is that the teammates for Brunson are not getting it done. And even Brunson himself is kind of struggling. So we'll see what happens. Definitely, kind of breaking down both teams and what I've seen, I still, thought the Spurs would win in 7 when I made my original prediction. But right now, the Knicks, they have an advantage in the series up 2-1. But if they lose this game, then there's going to be legitimate concerns the rest of the way on whether New York can actually win the series. Because the big reason I picked San Antonio winning 7 is because they have more home games. The Knicks are only going to have 3 home games because of the fact that they were the higher seed. They were a 3 seed. The Spurs were a 2 seed. So San Antonio gets that advantage of having 4 home games. So if it goes to game 7, that last game is going to be in San Antonio. But home court advantage hasn't really seemed to matter in the series so far because all the teams have been losing at home. So that makes it very intriguing. You just never know. But like Jordan Clarkson, he just had a really good layup. But the Knicks are just cold. Bridges is missing shots. Towns is missing bunnies. definitely just a struggle bus for the New York Knicks. But we got Caden the Diesel Freak in the chat. He says it looks like the Spurs are bringing the heat. Yeah, they look like the Miami Heat out there in their heyday. I mean, they're playing great basketball. Definitely appreciate your stopping by, Caden. But yeah, I'm 100% with you. The San Antonio Spurs, I mean, if they had played like they're playing right now in the entire series, we could have possibly been talking about a sweep in the other direction. San Antonio winning 4-0. But, way human beings are, you can't play good every game. And it's not like San Antonio played bad in the first two games, but it's just one of those things where, they made some mistakes. They weren't consistent. Like San Antonio has had droughts. And that's why, even though they're up by 25 right now, there's still a lot of time, to potentially still swing this thing, the other way. If San Antonio goes on one of their big, cold spells, New York can still come back. This game isn't over by any means, but I'm just blown away. Like up 25 in the second quarter in the Garden. The fact they have 59 points with 6:54 to go in the second quarter is incredible. And it's just, this series has been so weird. I mean, it's not gone how I expected it to. I don't think anybody thought the Knicks were going to win both games in San Antonio, because you think about both of these crowds, both San Antonio and New York, probably two of the best fan bases when it comes to numbers. The strength in numbers. They have big fan bases, passionate fan bases, which is even better. Both these teams, the NBA gets a lot of flack for not having the most passionate fan bases, and some of the teams, they have a hard time selling out stadium, lack of interest, especially in the regular season. But you don't see that issue with the Celtics. You don't see that issue with the Knicks. You don't see that issue with the Spurs. You don't really see that issue. I mean, the Lakers is harder because it's LA, but they still have a big fan base. LeBron being there, a lot of Lakers fans like LeBron. So I mean, they definitely have fans, but definitely the Spurs, Knicks, Thunder as well. You can't forget about the Thunder, the Nuggets as well. I mean, really good fan bases. Just the entire NBA is not like that, but with these two teams being the teams that made the finals, I really thought that home court advantage was going to be very substantial, and it just hasn't, showed itself to be the case. It has, in actuality, I mean, it really hasn't mattered. And that's what, leads some people to believe, like, well, does the home court and home field advantage, like in football, does it really matter? I think it does. I really do. But there are outliers. I mean, that's why we always say best out of 10 times. Like, oh, this team won this game. Like, this underdog won. But out of 10 times, they probably would have only won that one game. But that's sports for you. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, I've had people ask me, who do you think is the better team? That's honestly, I don't want to say it's impossible to answer. It does. I mean, obviously, like, whoever wins was the better team. I know people will say that, but I've still never been the biggest believer in just because a team won that they were better. And I know better is a subjective, statement, but like, at least when it comes to college sports, better, if you're especially basing it off of talent, like 5-star recruits or experience, you can make a much better case for like who's better, a much more objective case. With the NBA, these two teams, they all have professionals on. They all have guys making 30, 40 million a year. Who's better? I mean, if you're going off of experience, the Knicks. I mean, the entire starting five is experience. Not one guy in that starting five is a rookie or a guy that's 2 or 3 years in the league. They're all heavily experienced. Whereas San Antonio has a lot of youth. They have a lot of guys. I mean, like Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle. I mean, ultimate youth there. Guys that are punching above their weight class at this stage in their careers. So, that you would think would be a disadvantage for San Antonio, but it hasn't really proven to be that way. I mean, you've honestly, the Spurs have had more issues with guys like Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell, more of the experienced players in these finals that have not played that well. Fox has been pretty good, so I can't really say against him. But San Antonio needs their guards to help Wembanyama out because he can't do everything. As great as he is and as much of a force as he is on both sides of the floor, he can't do everything. He's going to have guys make shots. Can't forget about Julian Champagnie as well. He's hit a lot of timely shots for San Antonio at the wing position. Trying his best against OG is hard for him on the other end. But San Antonio so far in this game, while they're up by 25, I don't even want to say it's been more effort because I feel like the Knicks are trying. It's just San Antonio's made all their shots. And sometimes, as crazy as it sounds in the NBA especially, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how you're playing, if you're making shots. Because, like, the Knicks, they've gotten open looks. People say the San Antonio Spurs defense has been great, which don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it hasn't. From what I've seen, it does seem like that their defense is very locked in and engaged here. But to me, New York has missed a lot of wide open shots. I've seen so far Deuce McBride miss like 2 wide open threes. You can't hit them all. But guys like him, Landry Shamet, even Josh Hart, they have to make shots. Just have to. And Josh Hart, he had a pretty good game 3, even though they lost. But game 1 and game 2, he didn't play well at all on offense. Defensively and rebounding, he was good. But I don't know. It's just so weird because it's like, I'm saying like the Knicks and the Spurs, like I'm saying the role players have to be better. But it's like, at times the Knicks have won without their role player doing that much. But that's if their starters and their stars are playing great. But see, in the last game, their stars did play great. OG had 28, Brunson like 30, Towns had a great game, but they still lost. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where, you got to see how a game goes. But this game here is not going well for the Knicks. Down by 25 still after a long timeout, 6:44 to go in the second quarter. The Knicks have their third string center in, which, that's not a good sign. Towns being in some foul trouble. Mitchell Robinson, I hate to say it, but he's just a liability. He is a good player defensively, rebounding, dunk machine, but man, he can't shoot free throws. And he's almost 30. My thing is he's almost 30 years old. He's been in the NBA for like 8 years. And nobody at the Knicks, nobody has been able to help him shoot at least 50 to 60%. Somewhat of a respectable percentage where it's like, all right, we're not going to, hack a shack. But he isn't good at the line. He shoots 36%. And in the playoffs for the Knicks, he's been terrible. So it's like the Spurs have been fouling him. They've been fouling him because they know he's a liability. But last 2 possessions, Jalen Brunson steal and a layup, defensive rebound, pushing the floor, landing in for Brunson, cuts it to 21, quick timeout for the Spurs. Probably a good timeout because, you don't want the Knicks to build any momentum. But you see, that's where the Knicks are very successful. Transition. And I feel like, especially this game so far, not really the last game. I felt like the last game, they were fine overall in that game, even though they lost. But especially in this game, the biggest issue I've seen from the Knicks has been a lot of stagnation. Way too much stagnation. Players are not moving around enough. Like, you can't expect open shots to create themselves. That is one of the biggest things with basketball, and I don't want to say the NBA, just basketball in general is ball movement. That's why OG Anunoby is such a useful player, because OG Anunoby is probably one of the best players in the NBA that do not require the ball in their hands to be good, to actually impact the game. Most star players in the NBA need the ball or need to be fed the ball all the time to score and put up points. Whereas OG Anunoby operates in space, moving around, screens, pick and roll can be utilized in that way. Off-ball screens and cuts and, guys like, Towns getting double teamed or Brunson driving in and he shoots a three in the corner. I mean, just he's a very off-ball player. And the Knicks, to me, have not utilized that enough from him. Because, I mean, a lot of times too much. You've got Brunson dribbling around at the top of the key, and then everybody else is just kind of there. They're just standing there, especially when OG's not on the floor. Like, everybody else is just not moving. And it's like, you're not going to create a shot without moving. You've got to get Victor Wembanyama to come out of the paint, which Towns is capable of, something that, I credited in the Knicks' favor when, even though I picked San Antonio to win the series, I said that one of the biggest things that gave the Knicks a chance was Towns' ability to get Victor Wembanyama out of the paint. And I don't think that's been utilized enough either, in my opinion. Towns can operate and pick and roll and definitely, pull Wembanyama away from the basket and make it tough on him to be able to, defend and be a problem down low, a force down low. Because, I mean, the only player I've seen that has had success driving on Victor Wembanyama is OG Anunoby. He's done it several times, those flashy dunks that he's had. But other than him, no one else can really do that for the Knicks. So it's like, if you want to get the paint open, then you've got to draw Towns away from the basket. And in the process, draw Wembanyama away from the basket. In the process, possibly tire him out having to guard Towns. But that just hasn't been the case, because I thought the Knicks' advantages were that, and I thought, OG being the better four than Champagnie, where I thought the Spurs' advantage was having all the quality guards that they have. Because, I mean, yeah, you got Bridges, you've got Hart for the Knicks, but like Brunson's elite, and then everybody else is a drop-off. Whereas with the Spurs, you've got Fox, you've got Vassell, you've got Castle, you've got Harper. All those guys are good. I thought all those guards would overwhelm, the Knicks. And that's kind of proven to be true, but it's especially seeming to be more so currently than it was at the beginning of the series. But right now, 59-38, 21-point lead for San Antonio, 5:50 to go in the second. There's been a lot of stoppages. I want to commentate the game, but there's just been so many stoppages in the last 10 minutes. Got another foul, way too many fouls. Team's got to play straight up. This time it was actually a jump ball, though. Jump ball between Wembanyama and OG. Can Anunoby win the tip? No. Wembanyama easily wins the tip. And another three in the corner. I mean, and that's not even open. What a shot by Vassell. That's a big shot for him to get us some confidence. He's got 15. See, there you go. Devin Vassell, a guy that did not have a good game one and game two. He's got 15, 4 of 4 from three. Gaining his confidence back, 62-38. Brunson off the mark. Dylan Harper bringing it down. Wemby for three, off the mark. Hart with the board, no surprise there. Great rebounder. OG in the corner, driving inside, and they call a foul. Can't tell if that foul is on Wembanyama or De'Aaron Fox. Could go either way, but regardless, OG is going to be going to the line. Yeah, I just feel like, though, I mean, if you're a Knicks fan, you're definitely building a hole that is very deep, that might not be able to climb out of it. It is the NBA. Guys can, get hot in a hurry. And, I mean, the Knicks crowd, all it takes is a few shots to get them back in it. But, I mean, the further and further you get in the game, the less time mathematically you have to get back in it. And, I mean, they're not down by 8. They're down by 20 plus. That's a big deficit. Something they haven't really faced either. I mean, they weren't down that much in the last game. They weren't down that much in any of the games that they won or lost. OG's been one of the brighter spots for the Knicks because he's got 12 after he cans his second free throw. It's good for the Knicks, but they need a lot more production outside of him. And the Knicks are 13-17 in the line. And they've been in the line 11 more times than San Antonio. 11 more times, and they're still down currently by 24. So if it wasn't for the free throw line, New York would probably be down by a lot more. They'd be down by probably 30. So this is ugly. Fox has 13. Vassell's got 15. Wembanyama's in double digits. Knicks just aren't getting a lot of production out of anybody. We got RC in the chat. Oh, man, look at who it is. What's going on, man? Appreciate that, RC. It's been a while. I know. It's definitely been a long time since I've done a live play-by-play reaction. Definitely not, lack of wanting to do it. I love doing these, especially you guys in the chat, seeing what you guys have to say about what's going on in the game. It's always a ton of fun. But I just haven't really had a lot of time to be able to do a live play-by-play. But I didn't start out right when the game started, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go live tonight. I'm going to be a little late when I start, but I'm, doing a live play-by-play reaction for how long has it been? It's probably, man, it's been a minute. It's definitely been a long time. Yeah, I'm trying to go back. See, when's the last time I did a Sweet 16 reaction? So I did do a college basketball reaction in March. That's not too bad. I did one round of 32 game as well. So I did a couple in March. But obviously NBA, I haven't done any NBA. So wanted to get one in before the series was potentially over. I don't know if I'll be able to stream again or not, but it depends on how far this series goes. But definitely glad to be able to do at least one. OG with a nice mid-range jumper. He's got 14, trying to keep New York in this thing. It might be I picked the wrong game to stream, though, man. It's getting bad out here. Like, the Knicks, that place is quiet. Dylan Harper cannon a three. 13 threes for San Antonio. That's the game right there so far. That is literally the game. Is San Antonio's guards, who I said needed to be good for them to win the series. They've been great. They can't miss. That's making life easier for Victor, too. You got all these guards balling out. I mean, that draws attention away from him, and then he can feast. I mean, it's just bad news bears right now for New York. The Knicks are being deep fried. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly worse than that. I mean, it's like this ship is sinking fast. Brunson in the corner, good defense. I mean, that's just not a good look. And now San Antonio with a fast break, a 4-on-2. And Dylan Harper with a layup as he's going out of control. 71-42. New York is down by 29. Now, I was really hoping for a good game. You know what I mean? Like, the last few games have been good. Like, the last game was good. Very competitive all the way to the end. This game is ugly. Yeah, I mean, if San Antonio's up by 30 in the fourth, I'm definitely calling it. I'm not going to stay live all the way to the end. I did that with the Texas Tech Bama game that I streamed because literally Alabama was destroying them. So, got Darryl MVP in the chat. Appreciate you being here, Darryl. He says spending $100K to watch your team lose by 30. Yeah, that is. And plus, I mean, it makes it worse because the Knicks have not been here in 30 years, roughly. So, I mean, that's why it was such, a big event in Game 3. First finals game since like 99. I think it was 99 that the Knicks were in the finals. And you had all the celebrities there. I mean, you still have celebrities there, but, like, it was a big, big deal the last game. And then they had the heartbreaking loss. And it's like, you know what? They'll get them back in this game. And it's like, it's even worse. I mean, what is going on? I mean, did anybody expect this? I mean, obviously, Spurs fans right now, they're just hoping that they can, have two more great quarters and two more great games like this to win the series. But, I mean, you think about it again. I can't stress this enough. Starting out 2-0 Knicks, winning in San Antonio, both games. And then now you're at New York. I mean, you got, again, Barkley. A lot of major media analysts are like, this series is over. It looks like New York's got this thing. And then this. I mean, again, slip up in Game 3, close game. I thought the Knicks would bounce back, play a lot better. I'm not saying win, but this is bad. I mean, it is 71-43. Everything's going San Antonio's way outside of the free throw line. But that ain't going to matter. I mean, as long as New York is, like, way down, it's not going to matter. Got RC saying Madison unfair guard, and that's hilarious. I mean, the thing is I mean, I will say, the people that did spend $100K or however much on a seat, they have a lot of money. So, I mean, from that standpoint, it don't hurt, but it does hurt in the fact that, I mean, it's your team. If it's your team and you want them to win, and then you do spend a lot of money to watch them, and they lose, it sucks. But I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it was hilarious because I mean, you had some people being like, "Oh, it's a curse." All the celebrities, everybody came out as a curse for the Knicks. It's like it has nothing to do with it. I mean, they have celebs there all the time anyway, but it had nothing to do with it. I mean, it's the same thing with Taylor Swift's the reason the Chiefs won. I know Drill being there is going to laugh at that, but again, nothing to do with it. It's just like, to me, people say so to be funny. And I do think it's funny, but I mean, some people, I don't want to say they believe it, but you'll talk to people. It's like, oh, this is the reason. It's like some convoluted reason. I mean, the guys out there, the Knicks just aren't getting it done. That was a good three by Brunson. He's got 16. Brunson and OG Anunoby have 30 of their 46 right now. Only two players even keeping him in this thing. Down by 25. OG Anunoby driving into the lane. Hart knocked away. Back to the Knicks. Brunson driving in and a foul. RC said a few minutes ago, the San Antonio Spurs 3-point shooting looks like 2K when you bump all your stars up to 99. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, like if you got Curry and you green light it, I mean, and he's open, I mean, it's going to go in like every time. That's what it looks like. And it's every player. It's not just one. It's not just two. It's all of them. Darrell MVP says that the Knicks Twitter claims NBA. The thing that's so funny about it, especially this game, I do think the Spurs had more free throws in the last game, but not by a lot. It was only like a couple. But in this game, the Knicks, they've been to the line a lot more. San Antonio right now is 6 of 6 at the line, and New York is 14 of 22. So, I mean, to me, that debunks that. I mean, New York has been feasting at the foul line. They've missed 8 free throws. Part of it's Mitchell Robinson, but they've missed 8 free throws. San Antonio's cannon threes left and right. I mean, unless you got a magnet on the rim, I mean, to me, it's like San Antonio's just shooting better. You know what I mean? I mean, New York's 5 of 11 at the line. I mean, if the Knicks had hit all their free throws, they'd be down instead of 24, now 26, they'd be down by 18. So it's like it wouldn't still be close. San Antonio's just shooting the lights out. But I think it's funny, though. I mean, I get it, as a fan, whatever, but, sometimes, I mean, you can watch a game and there's bad calls and there's arguments. Don't get me wrong. There's clear arguments and stuff, but here, San Antonio's just playing better. I mean, you got Dylan Harper in the corner banging in another 3. You got Darrell saying Spurs just broke the finals record for 3.5. I mean, man, 14 threes. I mean, not a lot of teams are going to win when the other team is shooting that well. I remember Auburn. I mean, I know you remember Darrell, but that one tournament that Auburn beat Kentucky, they beat North Carolina, they beat Kansas, they beat all of those teams in the tournament, and they were hitting like 18 threes a game. Couldn't stop it. Now, it fell short for Auburn eventually, but that's the thing. It's like if you're out shooting the other team, you're just hot. The San Antonio Spurs, it would take a big collapse to lose this game. There's still enough time. There's 2 quarters left. The Knicks could, come back, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing here, man. I mean, I'm sure like early third, if things don't like they're going to get better, you're going to have some Knicks fans go in and leave. And if that happens, the air gets out of the building. But that's the half right now. Largest halftime lead by a road team in NBA Finals history. I mean, you can't blow it. If you're San Antonio, you can't blow this one. This is like watching Kentucky versus Iowa State, says Darrell. Yeah, I remember that game. That was ugly. definitely, it was not a good showcase for Mark Pope. You know, a lot of Kentucky fans are upset at Mark Pope, but that game, you know, you on being on the fire Mark Pope train, you know, that added a lot of fuel to the fire. Kind of like with Kalen DeBoer, the 38-3 game against Indiana. Games like that, you know, just add fuel to the fire. Cade says, "Hey Jeffrey, I'm having a great drink right now. I'd like to show you." I appreciate you for being here, Caden. I mean, that's really interesting, but you know. The real MVP says, "Thanks, Trevor. You could have worded that nicer." I agree. I mean, it wasn't. You know, I mean, I'm dissing Alabama too. I mean, that's my favorite team in football. I'm dissing them too. I mean, it was ugly. I mean, it was. I mean, it makes it worse because the game against Santa Clara. I mean, obviously Santa Clara was a decent team, but Kentucky, I mean, you had Sendek calling timeout, and they didn't give it to him. Kentucky hits the three, and they win. So it's like Kentucky already won on like a three that was questionable on how it happened, and then they turn around and get blown out. And I mean, and the problem is, yeah, NIL figures, we don't know if they're true, but from all accounts, it was like Kentucky had the most expensive roster according to like all these sources, whether they did or not. But they spent a lot of money on NIL for the team, and the team just yeah, there were some injuries, but they just weren't that good. And it's I don't know. It's just one of those things where at Kentucky, it's the same thing with Bama football. You can't have bad seasons. They don't tolerate that. That's why John Calipari got fired, even though, fantastic, coach record-wise, even though I don't completely agree for the complete legitimacy of, his career, with certain, allegations and stuff that happened in Memphis and everything. But still, he's a good coach, and he got fired, and it's like, and it's just, you just don't want to be that team where you fire your coach and you get worse, like Nebraska. Frank Solich, Bo Pelini, examples like Auburn since Gus Malzahn, you get worse. It's like, I don't think Kentucky basketball will go in that direction, but you never know. RC says up 27 is not up 47. Keep the pressure on. 24 minutes still remain. Anything can go wrong. You want to say aggressive, don't assume this game. I 100% agree. I mean, if you're the Spurs, and you're the coach and everything, you have to do that. I mean, you got to tell your guys, like, hey, that was like best half we've had all year, possibly. Like one of the best performances ever, and one of the best finals performances in a half ever. But a half don't win you a game. I agree 100%. I mean, it's not over yet, but I mean, the problem is it's just such a big hole. Like, even if the Knicks start coming back, I mean, it's just gonna be hard. Just such a big hole, but it's definitely not over yet. I mean, I've seen crazier things. Darrell says, "You got any World Cup predictions?" I will say I don't know much about that. I mean, I have been watching more of the hockey this year. I mean, it kind of helps the Carolinas in it, the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, they're having a great season. I hope they win. I didn't make a prediction for it because I don't know necessarily enough about hockey. I'm trying to watch it more. I'm starting to understand a little bit, like the penalties and like the power play and stuff like that, and free shots and stuff, still like gotta watch it more to fully get it all. But I mean, it's pretty entertaining. I mean, granted, watching on TV, the little puck going across the screen, it can hurt, it can hurt your eyes. I'm not going to lie. Like you're trying to follow it. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, I know it is soccer. I know what it is. I don't like, I literally actually like 3 minutes ago just looked it up to see who was actually in it. South Korea versus another team or something. Czechia Group A, something like that. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, it's what it said online. So, I don't know. I don't really want to make a pick when I don't know, man. I mean, see what some websites talking about it. That might just be one game. I don't know. Like, is there other teams still in this thing? I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, yeah, I'm gonna root for America. I mean, I don't know who's in it. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Is it like every country? Is it how many countries are in it? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many countries have soccer? I don't know. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm talking about on here, but I don't. I don't know. I know this in football, and I know baseball pretty decent, and after that, it starts to decline. I'm trying to get better at hockey and some of these other sports, but soccer is definitely not a strong suit at all. I don't know much about it. I mean, I know. I think you had Messi. He's popular, I think, currently, and then you had Pele. I think that's about. I mean, I know that. So yeah, I'm USA versus Paraguay. I'll pick USA there. USA, United States of America. Well, I'll say they'll go far. They'll go to like the I guess the Elite Eight of the World Cup, if they call it that. Kay says, "Can I pop in for a few minutes?" Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow on Alabama, the voice of college football on the College Show. I don't really want to do calls tonight. I just kind of have a chill, especially now that this game's kind of a blowout. Unless it gets close, I'm just kind of chilling, talking sports with you guys, reacting to the game if it gets interesting again. But I'm not gonna do any calls. I don't think tonight. Rest in peace to Pele. Passed away in 2022. That's sad. I hate that. I hate he passed away. It's kind of like Mutombo, man. I mean, Pele he had to be young. I don't know when he played exactly, but I'm assuming he probably wasn't super old. Mutombo passed away in the NBA. It's sad. I mean, so many players, man, just gone to see Kyle Busch. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, so like crazy, just awful. But I do know, I know Pele was incredible. He's like Wayne Gretzky. I don't know a lot about hockey players either, but like Wayne Gretzky. I mean, I think most sports fans know who Wayne Gretzky and Pele are. You know what I mean? Oh, he was 82. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I don't know. I mean, again, this is not my strong suit, man. I mean, you guys, you start talking about football here, I'm with you. We can start talking about Draymond and Shaq are having fun on TV right now. So we talk about that. But I mean, I don't know much about soccer. I know I should. As having sports coverage, I probably should know a little bit more, but it's just definitely not a sport I know much about. That's why I usually stick to the sports I watch more. But definitely don't mind talking about it with you guys, though. It's very interesting. There's always stuff going on. Caden the Diesel Free. I kind of wish Jackson was reading this one because I don't know if this is actually suggestive or not. Like, is what even is this comment? You know what I mean? Like, is it? I think this is a PG comment, but I don't even know. I mean, I guess the blue monster from Monsters Inc. Somehow fell victim to Caden and somehow ended up in his drink. I don't know how that relates to anything, but yeah, it's great, Caden. We got Jackson saying, "What's up, Only Talk Sports Nation?" Appreciate you for stopping by, Jackson. Appreciate it a lot. But I mean, the thing that's so tough, who won the series, is being, appreciate you being here as well, being as such a tough thing because I picked the Spurs originally. And it literally 3 days ago looked like that was the worst pick imaginable. I thought I completely screwed up my pick. I'm like, why did I pick the Spurs? The Knicks are destroying them 2-0 in the series, winning in San Antonio. Like, man, it could even be a sweep. Now it's like, if San Antonio holds on here, I don't even want to say holds on. If they just get the job done and win this game, they're up by 27. If they just win this one, now it's 2-2. And it's back in San Antonio's favor again. Because you think about, like I said, you've got 2 more home games for San Antonio past this versus 1 for New York if it goes to Game 7. So that if San Antonio wins this game, then it officially tilts back in favor of San Antonio. Kind of like Carolina Hurricanes in hockey. It's 2-2. And Carolina now has the advantage again because they still have 2 home games left if it goes to Game 7. So New York wins this game, then they still control the series. They have the 3-1 lead, and they only need to win 1 more game. It's very hard to come back from 3-1. But San Antonio, if they win this game, then it's tilting back in their favor. So that would mean that my pick could come true still on picking San Antonio to win the series. But, I mean, if San Antonio wins this game, I'm going to hold true to my pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to hold true and say that San Antonio wins the series if they win this game. If it's 2-2, I did pick San Antonio to win 7, so I'm going to be faithful to that pick. But if the Knicks win, then, I mean, the series didn't go how I thought, and I think that the Knicks would probably hold on and win one of the final 3 games. But it's not looking like the Knicks are going to do that. So if San Antonio wins this game, then my original pick of San Antonio winning in 7, then I'm going with that, because I thought after 4 games it would be 2-2 in my original thought processing of picking San Antonio. So that would be right where I thought. That's pretty cool. Darryl pointing out the halftime show. Oh, man. We got Darryl MVP saying Knicks radio called out Taylor Swift for not being a Knicks fan. Okay. I mean, Taylor Swift is engaged to Travis Kelce, who plays for the Chiefs. And I believe Taylor Swift is from Tennessee, right? Right? I mean, I know she's like, you know, her original like early career was like country pop music or something like that. And she was from Tennessee, I think. So, I mean, I don't know how she's a Knicks fan. So I definitely, you know, see the questioning that I'm seeing it on TV now. They're showing Taylor Swift with Ernie Johnson. Okay, so she was born in Pennsylvania. See, again, I don't know anything about Taylor, man. I mean, I you know, like, I guess you guys just know. You probably having to look up some of it, but I mean, I could too, but it doesn't matter. But she's from Pennsylvania. But I mean, again, her early career was kind of marked by country. You know, I know that much. You know, like that one song that she had in like 2009 that was very famous. It's played in grocery stores still. But you know, after that, it's like, you know, she kind of got away from that, and her modern music's just whatever you want to call it. It's not what it was in 2009. So, you know, it's I guess she fits with the Knicks. You Belong With Me, yeah, that song. There's that other song, like about a fairy tale or something. Again, that's about it. That's about all I know. I mean, obviously, I've heard of her other big songs. The later ones, like the Blank Space and the Shake It Off stuff, because they're songs you just can't get away from them. But it's like, you know, whatever works, man. You know, I did see that Taylor Swift, I believe, is like 100 songs almost that all have over 100 million streams on Spotify. I did see that stat one time, and I'm like, wow. Whereas like AC/DC's got like 7. So, I mean, wow. Which artist is better? You tell me. Based off listens, I mean, but yeah, okay. Just because something's got more listens doesn't necessarily mean it's better, but I'm rambling. Who cares? I don't care. If you like Taylor Swift's music, it's fine. I'm not saying it's not the worst, whatever, but there's a lot actually like more artistically driven music than that. From past decades and current, but whatever. But I mean, good for her that she's had a successful career and she's worth a couple billion. That's fantastic. I got nothing against that. And I don't care if she's a Knicks fan or not. I don't really care what team she's a fan of. Anybody has a right to be a fan of whatever team they want to be a fan of. If you're in Montana, you don't have an NFL team, so you root for the Cowboys, I guess, if you want. Even though like Seattle's right there, kind of close, but I mean, sure, you can root for Dallas. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's cool. She likes the Knicks. She's supporting them, I guess. At the game, but I always wonder on a lot of celebrities, like, is it a publicity stunt to be at games, or are you actually a fan of the team? I think sometimes it's one or the other. Could be a bit of both. But I mean, some of them are like legitimately fans of the team. And that's great. Like if you're a legitimate fan of a team and you want to watch your team, and it doesn't help, I guess, to get the cameras on you, which I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you're a famous person, they point you out on TV. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like I personally didn't care, like, it's cool. Oh, Taylor Swift's at the Chiefs game watching Travis Kelce. That's fine, and they showed her on TV. What was annoying for me was the fact that they showed her like 100 times. Now, granted, I know people are like, well, it was only for Brie. I don't care. It's just, you pointed out, it's fine. Like, hey, Taylor Swift's at the game. But like most of the time when they show like even Spike Lee at the Knicks, like, do they show Spike Lee 100 times? Not really. They show him a few times. I don't think I want to watch the game. It's no like personal vendetta against any celebrity. I don't mind them pointing them out. It's just I kind of want to watch the game. Like my live reaction right now is not to the fans watching, the celebrity fans, or the fans in general watching the game. My reaction is to the game. I want to react, want to watch the game. So, it's kind of like I saw something funny, like one of the Mario tennis games recently. There was like someone played the game for an hour and only like 4% of the time that he played the game, it was actual tennis. The rest of it was like cut scenes and stuff. It was just hilarious because I'm like, you're playing a tennis game, but you're barely playing any tennis. So I'm watching a sports game and I'm barely watching any of the sports. I'm watching like everything else, like the referees at the monitor, the fans in the stand. Like, no, you want to watch the game. You want to see the players playing. So I just think it's pretty funny, but we got the game back on, though. We've made it through the half, 76-49. And we'll see if the Spurs can continue the dominance. They miss a three, but Wembanyama saves it, kind of, but it does go off the Spurs. I think I'm a little bit behind. They got Darrell. Okay, that's good, Darrell. I appreciate that. It would be an honor for anybody, for me, watch, my content, whether it's live stream or a video. I appreciate anybody to watch, whether, celebrity or regular person. It doesn't matter who it is. I just appreciate you guys hanging out, watching me talk during the game, man. I mean, I used to see these a lot more, and I really do enjoy them. They're so fun. I mean, it's so, like your raw, unfiltered thoughts of like what's happening. Like Victor Wembanyama in the corner, and he knocks down a three. What a shot by Victor Wembanyama. They left him wide open. But, I appreciate it, each and every one of you guys who have watched my channel throughout the years and are here tonight, especially considering, I mean, it's been a while since I've even done a stream. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Glad you guys are still tuned in after, the long hiatus that I haven't done a live stream. I appreciate you guys. 79-52. I mean, it's 27-point lead. I mean, basically we're 2 minutes in and nothing's changed. So that's 2 less minutes the Knicks have to come back. that they did at the half. Bean says, should Wembanyama have been ejected for that shove? If you're talking about the one the other night against Brunson, probably not. I mean, it definitely should have been a flagrant. Tonight, though, I mean, I know like there's been some push and shove. I mean, it's the finals. I probably would say no. I mean, if you're talking about that one, I did see it. It was, I mean, it definitely should have been a flagrant. No doubt about it. But ejection, I mean, I wouldn't frankly eject anybody unless it's like really severe, because I mean, you don't want to see that. Like, you do not want, to have the finals altered because of, oh, guys are out of the game. I mean, obviously if somebody does something so egregious, you got to eject them. But if not, then I would personally like hold off against it as much as you possibly can within reason of doing an ejection. De'Aaron Fox for 2. Yeah, this thing is bad. I mean, this is not looking good for New York. Yeah, he showed Spike Lee's face a couple minutes ago, and he's down to the dumps. I mean, I like I said, feel for Knicks fans, because they hadn't been here in a long time, and I mean, their team, man, at home, you're getting to watch your team, and it's ugly. Let's see. I see. Now you got Wembanyama. He got Towns with his elbow in the face a bit. Probably going to review this one. I mean, the whole thing is about, like, is it inadvertent? And watching this play, it kind of looks like it is inadvertent, but because he did get him in the face, there is a decent shot, and play like they're having to check his teeth and everything. There's a decent shot that they do call something here. Might be a flagrant. Looks like Towns' teeth are okay. They checked it out. Dude, it sucks to get hit in the mouth, man. That hurts. Towns taking the best he possibly can. Yeah, the best part of watching a game, though, whether NBA or college, is the refs. I mean, there's nothing like a 3-minute long review of a play. Especially the best thing is when the ultimate result is nothing. Like, oh, there's nothing on the play, or we couldn't determine what the ball went off of, which player. Like, you spent all that time for basically nothing. It is pretty hilarious. But we'll see what the refs rule on the play. I do think it probably will be a flagrant. They might rule the inadvertent thing, though. They might rule that it was inadvertent. But, I mean, to me, he did get him in the face. I mean, definitely, it was not a flop by Towns. I'll give him that, because so many players flop. It wasn't a flop. I mean, my thing is with the flopping, I mean, like, yeah, definitely you can't stop play every time to go look. But, I mean, you live in an era with all this replay and review, and everything's so crystal clear, high definition. It's not like the 80s where you could barely see anything, right? The cameras were terrible. Like, you've got, all these cameras, all these angles, all that type of stuff. Oh, man, Wembanyama, he got Nas Reed good earlier in the playoffs. Man, I mean, those elbows, that's tough, man. He's got big elbows. But you just don't, to me, it's like, why do players flop so much especially when it's like obvious, like you didn't get hit, when you've got all these replays and angles. I don't know. Yeah, they just showed the one on Brunson again. It was pretty bad. I mean, he did shove him pretty good, but still ejection worthy? Probably not. I don't think. Not in the finals. RC said, Jerry, the Knicks got 10 minutes to keep you invested. You're out of here. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm not going to stream all the way to the end. I want to. I mean, if the game is good, I mean, there's nothing to talk about. Like, we've had more fun tonight talking about other sports and other, hilarious stuff than the game itself. This game's been a snooze fest, no lie. RC says, what do you feel has happened to the Knicks as their home cooking has turned to address the I mean, what has happened to the Knicks is they've, at least for this game, they've lost confidence. I don't think they lost confidence last game. I mean, they barely lost the last game. Game 2 and Game 3 were kind of coin flips. Like, Game 2, the Knicks won in San Antonio, but that game could have easily gone to the Spurs. And then the last game, the Knicks could have won that game. The Spurs got it, But to me, like, here, the Knicks, I mean, this is the first game the Knicks have sucked. This is actually the first game either team has sucked. Like, I don't even think the Spurs were bad in Game 1. And they were winning a lot of that game. They fell apart, yeah, but I think the Knicks have lost confidence in this game. Doesn't mean it's over. I mean, we'll give it some more time, but down by 27, you got Josh Hart kicking it to OG with the slam, cutting it to 25. Anunoby with a good game. Bad shot. Don't like that shot from Champagnie. Why are you shooting that? Up by 25, not even open. Anunoby kicks. Got Bridges. Brunson top of the key, and Brunson knocks it down, and we got another timeout. See, the thing is like the okay. Obviously Taylor Swift's a Knicks fan. Because yeah, she's on the sidelines and she's excited about that 3. Again, been alive for a decent amount of time now, like pretty much the entirety of Taylor Swift's popularity, and never knew she was a Knicks fan. So I mean, again, that's great. Yeah. So I mean, you've got Jalen Brunson knocking down a 3 there, and like I was getting to, the Spurs literally keep calling timeouts to avoid the Knicks going on a run. So they've got 4 timeouts left, according to right there on the, like the ticker there. They've got 4 out of their 7 timeouts, where the Knicks have 5 out of their 7. So that's kind of where the Spurs are at. Like, every time the Knicks make a little bit of a run, they call it timeout, kind of to, try to keep the run from escalating. But that's what I would do, if I'm the Spurs head coach. I would just keep, like, every time the Knicks kind of make a little bit of a push, call a timeout, because you still have the advantage. You're still up by 22. But I agree with RC, though. See what I said? The Spurs need to keep the pressure on. 100%. I mean, there's no reason on earth to take your foot off the gas. There's no reason for that. Because, I mean, the Knicks, they got so much talent on their own team that, I mean, they can go on a 12-0 run. I mean, right now, being down 22, you go on a quick 12-0 run, you could cut it to 10. And imagine what the Garden's going to be like if they cut it to 10. So it's not over. I agree. I mean, the Spurs definitely have to keep their foot on the gas. But, I mean, it's just, Spurs have been playing so well. This is like the first stretch where they've kind of lulled. I mean, they had 76 at the half. So, I mean, it's like the entirety of the first half, they were balling out. But now, a little bit of a lull. Only 5 points in almost 4 minutes. The Knicks have a 5-point advantage so far in the second half. That quick little 5-0 run, the OG dunk, and that Brunson 3. And it's like you get a little bit of juice back in the Garden. So, the only time will tell. Still a lot of time left in this game. But we'll see what happens. We'll definitely keep streaming here as we wait for the game to come back on with this timeout. See what the Spurs have drawn up. The coach is talking about to try to get the team back in order. Because, I mean, all it takes is an inch. I mean, if you're the Spurs, you give the Knicks hope still that they can come back and win, then anything can happen. I mean, they can still lose. So, yeah, I was reading, too, with the Stanley Cup Finals, though. It was a big deal with that. Like, they've had some of the best ratings, for a Stanley Cup Final so far in history, and a lot of people have been watching it. What's wild about it Hockey's much, more, thought like a Canadian sport and like, northern teams. And it's like you've got Carolina and Vegas, and like the ratings are so good. That's actually pretty crazy. And I know a lot of people where I'm at in the country, North Carolina, that are actually watching the Carolina Hurricanes. It's a big deal. Like Carolina's selling out their stadium. Vegas got a good crowd. So very interesting what's going on in hockey. Definitely an intriguing Stanley Cup. I've been tuning in, more so than I probably ever watched hockey. I've watched hockey here and there, but more so than ever in my life. It's very entertaining, very fun. So definitely excited to see what happens in the rest of that series. But we got the NBA back on, though. Wembanyama with the ball, top of the key. Fox driving, kicks to Harper for a three. And see, now the shots aren't falling. Spurs were hitting those shots in the first half. That was a good look for Harper. He doesn't knock it down. So now the Knicks have a little bit of hope here. Brunson being hounded top of the key. Brunson step back. It's short. Harper with the rebound. 7:40 to go in the third. If you're Spurs, you don't want to like get too conservative here, like, wait until like late in the shot clock, but you want to stay aggressive, but definitely utilize shot clock too. You don't want to just be chunking up shots early. That was a crazy kick ball. Brunson dribbling, I don't know if that was like trying to be a pass or what, or if it's just a dribble, but like Wembanyama, that ball just got kicked far. That's crazy. That was a bad pass by Fox. He thought that Wemby was going to roll, but yeah, that was going to be a pass. He was attempting a pass there, and it just got kicked off the court. 10 turnovers for New York, only 4 for the Spurs. Towns on the block. Misses the shot. Wemby with the board. Got Harper on the right wing. Now kicks to Vassell, left elbow jumper. Off the mark. Again, these shots aren't falling like they were earlier in the game. Brunson kicks to Bridges to Towns. Anunoby in the corner. Good look, and Anunoby splashes it. Now it's down to 19. 10-0 run for the Knicks. Again, I'm seeing crazier things. This game's not over. I mean, if you're San Antonio, I mean, especially you're a fan, I mean, you don't want to start like sweating yet, but I mean, it's kind of getting to that point where it's like you gotta start making some shots here. Keldon Johnson misses another 3, and again, these are good looks too. You can't blame him for taking the shots. They're just starting to miss now. Brunson driving. OG kicks to Bridges, mid-range, off the mark, man. That have really got Madison Square Garden going if that had a drop. Harper almost loses the ball. You can just see like the Spurs are getting a little bit more rattled and starting to make erratic passes. Fox, nothing's happened in this possession. Step back 3, it's a terrible shot. Towns with the rebound. 5:50 to go in the third. Brunson, crossover dribble. He's got Wembanyama on him. Kicks to OG, back to Brunson. There's a switch. Brunson in the lane, back to OG Anunoby. Josh Hart in the corner, kicks to Bridges. Oh, man, off the mark, and it is off of – they're going to say it's off of the Spurs. Well, it was off the Knicks, but they're going to call it off the Spurs. Yeah, this third quarter has been disastrous for San Antonio. I mean, honestly, if the Knicks weren't down by so much, if they were only down by like 15, they'd already be back in this game. I mean, they were down by so much, but San Antonio is falling apart. Again, they're not taking bad shots. They're just not hitting them. That's why there's 2 halves. 4 quarters, 2 halves, whatever you want to call it, in a game. You can't just, oh, wow, we're hitting all these threes. It's going to continue for the entire game. I mean, San Antonio can't even buy a 3 now. Brunson kicks it into Hart. What terrible defense. What even was that defense? That is trash defense. That is horrible. 13 over the Knicks. That was the easiest inbounds pass you'll ever see in the NBA. Brunson just wide open to Josh Hart. I know Josh Hart isn't the best three-point shooter, but you can't leave him that open. Another turnover. What even is this? What kind of collapse? And they took Wemby out too. Shamet in the corner. Oh my gosh, if that had gone. Rebound, Towns, top of the key. And there's a foul on the floor. Yeah, I agree with you, RC. It's not over. The thing is, San Antonio's to realize the clock is not yet on their side. Yeah, if they were up by 16 with a minute left, it'd be different. But there's still 17 minutes left in this game. And the lead has shrunk from 27 to 16 in only 7 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what San Antonio's doing. They look lethargic. Whatever juice they had in the first half, it is wore off. I mean, what energy, adrenaline they had, it's gone. Brunson top of the key. You can just feel that the energy's building. They got Jose Alvarado out there. His three's off the mark. That was an ugly shot. Castle with the basketball. Top of the key. Kicks to Champagny. Back to Castle, driving in. And a foul. It's probably the best thing the Spurs have had happen to them in like 4 minutes. They finally got a foul drawn. They're going to the line. And that's not something the Spurs have had a lot of in this game. The Knicks have lived at the line a lot more than San Antonio has. Did Hart get him on the arm? He did. Just enough. It wasn't much. But he definitely got him on the arm. Didn't need to either. Now, I know like Hart is a really good defender. I mean, him and Anunoby definitely the glue to the Knicks defense. But, I mean, he didn't have to foul there. But no one's perfect. Castles, both of the free throws go. So those first points for San Antonio in a while. About 5 minutes. Wemby's back on the court. Alvarado driving in. Kicks to Hart for three. His three's off the mark. Wembanyama with the rebound. 4:15 to go in the third. Castle off the dribble. What a crossover. Then Harper driving, and they call a foul. Almost had an and one. So now, I mean, San Antonio, like, getting lucky. The Knicks have missed a couple shots that they could have made to cut this thing to around 10, and now San Antonio getting some free throws. I mean, if he hits two of these here, back to 20 again. Big swing here. Harper with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a great first half. First free throw is good. 84-65. This is a big swing. I can't stress enough. Because like New York was getting close to getting this thing back to a manageable deficit. Now San Antonio getting free throw after free throw. And Towns is 4 fouls, which that's something he's always struggled with in the NBA is foul trouble. That's just been a major issue. Most bench points in a single postseason. Ginobili, 333 and 07, 330 in 2014. Harper with 259. Ginobili, 226 and 03. That's impressive. I mean, Harper joining Ginobili, one of the most impactful bench players in history in playoff games for the Spurs. It's crazy. Brunson, top of the key. Drives inside. 2 and 1. See, the type of shots that Jalen Brunson can hit, I mean, that's what makes him one of the best guards in the NBA. I mean, he's 6'2". He's one of the shorter guards now in the league as the league has gotten taller and taller. You don't see Muggsy Bogues and Spud Webb anymore, guys like that. Even Chris Paul is 6 foot. I mean, more guys are 6'4", 6'5". Brunson is 6'2". I mean, that's an incredible shot. And he cans the free throw for the three-point play. 85-68. New York hovering around that 15 to 20-point deficit. They really got to start cutting it here. Brunson's got 25, doing everything he possibly can to keep his team in striking distance. They got Castle kicking to Champetti. Harper driving in on Anunoby. What a move by Dylan Harper. One of the best defenders in the NBA, and OG Anunoby. And he had an ankle breaker. Harper with 19 points. He's having a great game. Brunson, top of the key. Mitchell Robinson's in the game now. Anunoby driving in, loses the basketball out of bounds. And I think they're going to say it's off of the Spurs. Look at that move by Harper. That is crazy. Brunson, top of the key. Gets a screen from Robinson. Mid-range. And Brunson with another shot, man. I mean, he's going to do everything he can to get his team back in it. I mean, he's going to fight, but he needs more production from his teammates. Still a 17-point game. 3 to go in the third. Harper's been the hot hand for San Antonio, and he just put up an air ball. That's one way to cool a hot hand. I mean, that was rough. But Dylan Harper's been great outside of that. I mean, this game could get interesting down the stretch, honestly. I mean, if Brunson can keep making timely baskets, you never know. I mean, this thing is not done yet. I would not put it past the Knicks with the amount of firepower they have to go on one more big run. But, I mean, it's just kind of hovering here. Like, they're trading baskets. Like, it started out, they were going on that run, but then the Spurs have kind of quieted it a little bit. But, I mean, Brunson's he's going to keep chipping away at it. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with the way Brunson looks out there on the court that he could get to 40. They're down by 17 right now. So, that would help to get, about 10 to 15 more points from Brunson. And then they need OG to get going. Towns has been the issue in this one. Towns has been fantastic for the Knicks in the playoffs, but this game he's not having that big of an impact, and he's been in foul trouble. That's been the problem. And the major issue as well, San Antonio has been great from outside. It's cooled off in this quarter, but I mean, you see like that first half, that's just such a big advantage that they have from outside. I mean, Harper's still playing well. Wembanyama's been good. So I think San Antonio still, in the driver's seat for now, but I mean, they're definitely still leaving a little bit of a crack for the Knicks to ease back into this one. But it is going to take a valiant effort from Jalen Brunson. It's going to have to be Jalen Brunson, it looks like, because, like I said, his teammates, they just aren't having their best games. You're not getting a lot of points from Josh Hart. I mean, Josh Hart was great in the last game, but just not getting a lot of points this time. He did just hit a big three, and I agree with RC 100%. The thing with the Spurs is if they lost this game here, they would be definitely devastated, and they'd be absolutely finished, in my whole opinion. The thing is, RC, that's how I felt after game 2. I thought, and everyone thought, Charles Barkley, a lot of media people, most people fell after game 2. Wembanyama turns it over. You're down 0-2 after blowing it at home. Both games, that would have been the nail in the coffin already. Like the Knicks going to Madison Square Garden, they might sweep them. But, I mean, the Spurs have shown great resiliency after losing the first 2 games to come back the way they have and win game 3 and be up like this in game 4. But I do agree, if they do blow this game, I mean, down 3-1, it would be extremely difficult. But, I mean, the Spurs seem to have a short memory. You don't see this with a lot of teams. Look at Cleveland. After Cleveland lost the first game against the Knicks, after that, they completely crumbled. They got swept, and they were horrible. So, I mean, you never know. But, I mean, San Antonio, I mean, I would say, yeah, if they lost this game, they'd be done. But, I mean, they've proven so far they can come back after losing. So, we'll see. We shall see. But since 9:30 to go in the third quarter, the Knicks have scored 18. The Spurs have scored 6. 1 of 10 from the field for San Antonio, 6 of 14 for New York, 3 of 8 from 3, and 0 of 6 from 3 for San Antonio. That's the turnaround right there, is that San Antonio has not hit a 3 in 7 minutes when they couldn't miss in the first half. We'll see what Brunson's got in him. Brunson kicks to Mitchell Robinson for the alley-oop. That's one thing Mitchell Robinson can do. He might not be good at free throws, but he can dunk. 87-72. MSG's getting going again. 15-point game. 2:30 to go. Fox in the corner, wide open. His three's off the mark. Rebound, though, by Castle. Kicks to Victor Wembanyama for 3. His shot's off the mark. Another rebound for the Spurs. Wembanyama again from 3. See, they're missing everything. And 2 of those looks were really good. You can't argue the shot selection. Really, all 3 shots weren't bad. Brunson turnover, though. Champagny. Wembanyama down low and a foul. Jimmy Fallon's right next to Mike Brown, Knicks coach. Again, all the celebrities there, they want the Knicks to win so bad. And I mean, that place will be devastated if the Knicks lose this game. Castle top of the key. 1:50 to go in the third. Kicks to Vassell, pretty open. And finally, the Spurs get a 3 to drop. 90-72. That's a big shot for San Antonio. Vassell's got 18, 5 of 7 from 3. Him and Harper have been really good from outside in this game. Brunson, DeLandre Shamet. They got Jordan Clarkson in there as well, former 6th man of the year. Clarkson driving, nowhere to go. 2 seconds of the shot clock. His shot is in and out. Rebound by Wemby. 1:10 to go in the third. De'Aaron Fox turns it over. What a bad pass by De'Aaron Fox. What was he doing on that play? He knows he made a mistake. You can only smile about it, move on. But, man, that is a bad pass. Terrible. Can't have turnovers like that. Brunson driving, kicks to OG in the corner. Robinson back to OG, step back Jay, and he knocks it down. It was ugly, but it went in for OG. He's got he's got 25. I thought OG Anunoby was still in the teens, but he's got 25 points, 5 of 7 from 3. Him and Brunson really the catalyst here. 40 seconds to go. Fox top of the key. Driving, and he kicked it off of his own foot. 2 turnovers back-to-back for De'Aaron Fox. You cannot have that if you're San Antonio. You cannot have mistakes like that. 2 pretty much unforced turnovers off the hands and feet of De'Aaron Fox. RC says New York is nearing striking distance here. We'll see what happens in the forward. It's not a guarantee the Spurs win. I agree. I mean, the Spurs are being dumb. I ain't going to lie, man. They've made some bad mistakes in this corner. It's just very lackadaisical, and there's no reason for it. They've had the game in hand, and then they just made errors. Can the Knicks get a bucket here? Get it back to a baker's dozen. OG, good. Almost steal by the Spurs, but it's back to the Knicks. Clarkson inside, and he turns it over. Wemby's got the ball, 10 seconds to go. Fox, just got to hold on to the ball if you're De'Aaron Fox. Wemby, top of the key, 2 seconds, 1 second, he shoots, and it's short, and that is the end of the third. Pretty ugly third quarter for San Antonio, but it could have been a lot worse. New York didn't really capitalize. I mean, you look at the scoring by the quarters. The Knicks had 22 in the first, 27 in the second, and 26 in the third. Whereas San Antonio had 41, 35, and then the ugly 14. if New York had a 41-point quarter like San Antonio did in the first, this game be tied. So even though the Spurs really kind of had about a bad of a quarter in the finals as you'll ever see. I mean, it was pretty bad. I mean, that they hit, I think, 2 threes in the quarter, got to the line a couple times, but I mean, it was ugly. Not a good quarter, and they're still up 15. So really, that's actually, I still almost feel like it's not a win. I can't say it's a win for the Spurs because, you know, it's not a win, but still kind of a win. I mean, the Knicks had to do better than that, I feel. I almost want to put in the chat a poll for you guys and ask where you guys are feeling, whether it's going to be. I haven't done a poll in a while. Let me see. Start a poll. Who are you going with the win? I feel like most of you will still say San Antonio as of this point. Because, I mean, they're in good shape. Let's see. Spurs, 100%, 1 vote, 2 votes. So 50-50. We got a vote for the Knicks in there. We got a vote for the Knicks. Wonder who that was. Was it RC or was it Darrell? Could go either way. I mean, again, like the Knicks could come back still. They have a shot, but man, I mean, you got to take advantage of that poor third quarter from San Antonio. They kind of did. Don't get me wrong, they kind of did. They cut into the lead, but imagine if this was a 7-point game right now, or a 6-point game, or even an 8-point game. Still, being a 15-point lead for San Antonio, they just did not capitalize on the poor play enough. Got 3 votes now. Spurs 67%. I mean, I'm leaning still Spurs. Darrell said he voted Spurs. Appreciate that, Darrell. But I'm leaning Spurs. But to me, I almost would have gone maybe with the Knicks right now if they had to cut it to like 8 or 7. But I mean, I think the lead's still big enough. I mean, it would take a big collapse. I mean, that was a horrible quarter for San Antonio, and they still only lost the quarter by 12. They're up by 15. So you would need a quarter worse than the last one to lose. We'll see. Jackson's going with the Knicks. Going to be interesting. The game is just staying interesting enough for me not to end the stream. I mean, I was going to end the stream if it was a blowout, but we still got a game here. You guys are still engaged. I appreciate that. San Antonio with 26 bench points to the Knicks 4. That's a big issue for the Knicks. They have not gotten a lot of production outside of their starters. And I think we have a foul on the floor. That can't even go one possession in the fourth quarter without a foul. Gotta love it. Towns is still off the floor. They got Robinson on Wemby. It's okay if Robinson picks up a foul or two because Towns can't pick up any more fouls. Mitchell Robinson's arguing that it is off of the Spurs. It's good defense, though, but they're saying it's off of him. Are they going to challenge? Oh, man, they're going to challenge, aren't they? Timeout, yeah. Usually if it's a timeout, it means you're going to challenge. Who was it off of? I mean, that's one of those that, I mean, I like, from that angle, I can't even tell. I mean, maybe somebody's got like a 4K TV, like a 85-inch TV would be able to tell on that one. But I mean, I can't tell from here. It really could have gone either way. It might be one of those where the call on the floor stands. That could very well be the case. Since they're giving the ball back to the Spurs, they might keep it. But I mean, unless they can find definitive evidence one way or the other. But I mean, I can't really tell. So close. But we'll get back to the game in probably about a minute after the commercial break. Definitely, again, he's one of the only sports you'll see. You're 14 seconds into a quarter, and then there's already a break. I mean, it's like didn't even get that far in the fourth, but got to review it. Got a challenge. The Knicks are down, so they want to win the challenge to get another possession, but. I'm guessing on your vote, Jackson, that you voted the Knicks because you had the Knicks winning this game, I believe, anyway. So, yeah, you're sticking with your picks. I don't blame you there. I mean, I still think, right now the Spurs have an advantage that they can get it done. But, I mean, they've been so lackadaisical that I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in them. But, I mean, they're still up by 15. It's wild when a team's up by 15 and you don't have a lot of faith in them. That speaks to how badly the Spurs have played the last 12 minutes. But the Knicks, I mean, it was a decent third, but a lot of missed shots still. Outside, I mean, OG and Brunson have been great. I mean, that's been the issue here. And I did feel, that the Spurs had a little bit better, a plethora of options rather than the Knicks outside their starters. It is kind of limited. I mean, Shamet had a good couple games, but, outside of OG and Brunson, and the fact Towns has not been that efficient and effective tonight, especially with foul trouble. I mean, that doesn't give them the third star. They're getting no bench points. Mikal Bridges, he's been really good for the Knicks, but he hasn't had as big of an impact lately. Kind of just seems like too many things are tilting the Spurs' way. But we'll see. Long timeout. Very long timeout. That tells me that they're really struggling to see who the ball went off of. That means that they're probably really thinking about overturning this thing. But they might not. So now we're back to the game. Who did it go off of? It might be off of Wemby. Robinson might add a point. Yeah, call overturn. Yeah, San Antonio, man, first half 14-26 from 3, 2 turnovers. Second half 2-12 from 3, 6 turnovers. I mean, that's basketball for you. Momentum can swing in a heartbeat. The Knicks won their challenge, so can they take advantage here? Brunson. Champagny on him. Driving into the lane. Brunson kicks for 3. I don't like the shot. That's absolutely terrible. Not even open, but whatever. Not been a good game for Deuce McBride at all. Spurs driving. Keldon Johnson. Harper. 11-10 to go on the fourth. Harper driving in. And he lays it in. Good shot. 92-75. 17-point game. 11 to go in the fourth. Brunson. The Knicks really need a bucket here. Oh, man. They almost like he went over and back. It's close. They didn't call it, though. OG, top of the key, kicks to Mitchell Robinson. He missed the dunk. Mitchell Robinson missed the dunk, man. That's rare for him. De'Aaron Fox to Wemby. And a foul. 10:37 to go in the fourth. Victor Wembanyama going to the foul line. That's about the best outcome that you could have for San Antonio. Dylan Harper's been so good, man. That was a great layup. I mean, he's a rookie doing that too. If the Spurs can keep this team together, I know it's going to be tough when they have to pay these guys more. But, I mean, they can keep as many of these guys together. I mean, they got a really good team. Wembanyama, he's the star, but I mean everybody else, they got a good squad. Wemby's got 20 and 11, 7 and 19 from the field, 4 4 from the stripe. As I say that, though, he misses the second free throw. OG with the rebound. 10:30 to go in the fourth. 11 and 12 in the line for San Antonio. 18 and 26 for the Knicks. Again, if it wasn't for the free throw, the Knicks would be down by a lot more. Brunson kicks to Shamet, and that's just not going in. Starting to tilt in the Spurs' favor again. Harper, he thought about the three. Probably a wise decision to back out. Fox back to Harper for three off the mark. That one rimmed in and out. 10 to go in the fourth. Brunson. Knicks have not scored yet in the fourth. Robinson misses another lob. Back to Brunson. Mikal Bridges in the corner, off the mark again. Man, things have gone ice cold in the Garden. Fox driving in the lane, dribbling around again. Spurs can bleed clot. Wemby fouled down low again. Man, the Knicks have collapsed again. Like, this is honestly crazy. You went from Spurs playing out of this world, Knicks look done, then the Knicks kind of come back a little bit, and now the Knicks have fallen apart again. I mean, what to make of this game right now is insane. $9:40 to go in the fourth. Wemby, mid-range, driving in like he kind of traveled, but got away with it. Wemby gets it back again with his big wingspan, and he lays it in. What a shot. Good effort by Wemby, despite looking like he traveled. Bridges. Towns, a little bit of a push-off. Towns driving in. Nowhere to go. Bridges, top of the key. Kicks to Alvarado in the corner, and finally the Knicks get something to drop. 95-78. 9 to go in the fourth. 2 of 8 from the field for San Antonio. 1 of 5 from the Knicks. Basically, it's been ugly the last few minutes. A lot of bricks. Wemby, did they call an offensive foul? Wemby had a dunk, but I think they called an offensive foul on the Spurs. Let's see. I guess it was that arm swipe. No, that was the previous play. They're showing the layup. Thought they were going to show the foul, but I guess they had to have called. Like I said, I got it on. Well, so I can't hear. No, they didn't call a foul because the Spurs have the ball. I don't know. And now Wembanyama missed a potential score. I don't know what just happened there. It looked like Wembanyama scored. They didn't give it to him. I guess it was a foul before the shot. And then you got Bridges on the other end. 95-80. Back to a 15-point game, just like we were at the end of the third. So 3 minutes and 17 seconds go by, and we're back where we started. From the end of the third to now, 15-point game. Knicks trying to keep it interesting, but they can't hit a three to save their life. And when you're down big in the fourth, you need to make threes. Darrell says Spurs have responded well to a bad third. I agree. I mean, honestly, both teams have kind of sucked in the second half. The Knicks have been a little better, but I mean, it's not been the greatest looking second half in NBA Finals history. It's been kind of ugly. But I mean, all it takes, I mean, you're still only down 15. It's getting closer and closer to crunch time, but all it takes, couple of threes from Brunson, couple threes from Anunoby, get it down to about 9, and then the fans are right back in this thing. So, I mean, it's not over yet. It's just you're running out of time. I mean, mathematically, I mean, you think about 24 seconds each time up and down the floor. Granted, you know, shots go up before that, but, I mean, you're running out of potential possessions left. You know, just say, like, the Spurs score 15 more points in this game. The Knicks got to score 30. I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, I mean, obviously, if San Antonio doesn't score again, all the Knicks need are 16 points, but that's not realistic. It's not realistic for the Knicks to do that. So, I mean, or for the Spurs to do. It's not realistic for San Antonio to be able to not score again and for the Knicks to even be able to stop them. So, I mean, the Spurs are going to continue to score, but the Knicks have to score a lot more than they do. And, I mean, just the time is definitely getting thin. Jackson says, I still think this will be a 7-game series. I mean, to me, I mean, that's why me and you both picked that. I mean, it felt like, honestly, a series that would go to 7. These teams feel even. That's why earlier when I was talking about which team is better, it's hard to say because both teams have different strengths. I don't know which team's better. I mean, again, whoever wins, that's going to be like, oh, that team was better. But, I mean, San Antonio is a good team regardless of whether they win or lose. They beat the Thunder. They got here. They have a great team. If they fall short, they fall short. But New York, if they don't win, New York, I mean, you went through not the greatest slate in the East, but, I mean, they ended up being the best team in the East. They were better than Detroit. They were better than Boston. Better than Cleveland. I mean, they were still one of the best teams in the NBA, even if they don't win. I mean, they have a great team, and, I mean, the core is probably going to be there next year. But, I mean, to me, like, the Spurs are built kind of like the Thunder where the future, they still have a peak that they haven't reached with their core team if they can keep it. Whereas the Knicks, it does feel like the Knicks need to win now. I mean, the Knicks, they have an older roster. And they got guys that are really expensive. I mean, Brunson, Towns, Anunoby, I mean, they're in their primes. Towns is older, but, I mean, he's still really good. But, like, you're going to start to decline eventually. So it's like, to me, this felt like this needed to be the Knicks' year if they were going to win. Even though I picked the Spurs, it's like the Knicks, I'm not saying they can't get back here. They absolutely could. But what if Boston's better? What if Denver's better? The Thunder are better. So if you're a Knicks fan, I mean, you really like with this core team, you've got a good team, but you got to win it now, man. Spurs still have, to me, a long, bright future. I'd say New York can't, but they seem to have like a shorter prime here with this team. Victor Wembanyama, mid-range jumper. It is off the mark. Not a great shot by Victor. Turnover. Man, both teams have been a lot sloppier in the second half too, man. It has been very sloppy. Not the greatest basketball, to be honest. Been entertaining, though. And they just called a foul. Knicks fouled Stephon Castle. Good job by Castle selling the contact. And if you're San Antonio, I mean, if you want to pull away here, this is when to do it. Knicks are kind of in a lull. Dylan Harper driving in. Kicks to Castle. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to put it up. He shoots it. Terrible shot. Terrible possession. They call a shot clock violation. That was a really bad possession by San Antonio. Wemby knows. You see in his face, like, we got to get this thing done. Bridges. Kicks to Hart to Towns. Alvarado dancing around, nowhere to go. Top of the key. Towns. Drive it. Towns. What a shot by Karl Anthony Towns. How did he knock that down at the buzzer? What a shot. Now you got Castle driving in. Off the mark. On a foul. Dude, that is an insane shot by Cat. Like he's trying to post up and then he just decides to go outside and then it's like he cuts in. I think it's a 3 too. Surprised there's no foul on that either. They didn't call a foul on that 3. That's nuts. Karl Anthony Towns is 3 points in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. He's got 11. If New York's going to come back, Cat's got to get going in the fourth. That was a big shot. Castle, though, knocks down his first free throw. 7:14 to go in the fourth. 13-point game. Again, the Knicks hanging around enough so where I'm going to keep streaming. It's not over yet. Bringing OG back in for the Knicks, getting their starters back in the game for the final stretch here. Castle, his second free throw is up, and it is good. 14-point game against San Antonio, still in control here. 7:10 to go. But they still haven't done enough to really pull away. Brunson kicks to OG in the corner, and OG Anunoby, fresh off the bench, knocks down a three, 97-86, 28 points for OG, 6 of 8 from three, 11-point game. San Antonio turns it over, OG with the steal. Brunson, Towns in the corner, and Towns knocks it in, and there we go. 9-point game. It's not over yet, folks. It is not over yet. 13-2 run by the Knicks, and that's what San Antonio gets for not extending this lead. They just call a foul on the Knicks. I think they did. That takes a lot of wind out of the sails for that crowd because they were getting fired up. Look at this drive by Towns. I mean, he's just bodying up Victor Wembanyama, man. Such good body control by Towns on that finish. Castle, only 9 points, 5 assists. Quieter game for him, but he has been knocking down his free throws. Big free throw there. I mean, San Antonio's been getting to the line lately. They haven't been to the line nowhere near as much as New York, but they've been hitting their free throws. Alvarado in 9 minutes is 5 fouls. I don't know how you do that, but as a guard, too. Guess they're just going to leave him in to foul out. 99-88. Big free throws for San Antonio. They've only missed one free throw. Brunson, top of the key. Alvarado setting a screen. Brunson driving, and there's a foul. Brunson's pretty automatic at the line. I mean, nobody can hit him all, but he's pretty good. So if he can hit both of these, get this back down to single digits. Again, this game has just been so gimmicky, though, man. It's like New York should have been toast already. And then with how bad San Antonio's been playing lately, the Knicks should have already honestly been back in the lead. I mean, it's both teams are just, it's been all over the place here. I still can't believe the Spurs had 76 points at the half. I mean, keep that in mind. They had 76 points at the half. And they've got 99 now, and we're almost at the end of the game. That's such a fall off. And they're still up by practically double digits. Brunson's first free throw is good. His second free throw is also good. 9-point game, 6:09 to go, and Castle has 5 fouls. That's big. Fox, Champetti, no good. Alvarado at the board. Brunson, he's clutch in these moments, but he turns it over. De'Aaron Fox with the steal. Kicks to Vassell for 3. It's off the mark. That would have been a big shot for San Antonio. Now Josh Hart slowing things down. 5:40 to go in the fourth. Everybody in the garden pretty much on their feet. Brunson. Towns. Driving on Wemby. Nowhere to go with it. Brunson with the ball again. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. He goes up with it and he lays it in. 99-92. 5:10 to go in the fourth. 7-point game. 17-4 run for the Knicks. Can the Spurs stop the run? The big lead that they've built, it's crumbling before their very eyes. 10 to go on the shot clock. De'Aaron Fox driving off the dribble. OG on him. He shook him a little bit, but he misses the shot. Out of bounds, and it's off the Spurs. It's Knicks basketball, man. They really are going to collapse, aren't they? San Antonio is really going to collapse. This is insane. They have fallen completely apart again. Brunson, 4:45 to go in the fourth, gets a screen. Brunson squaring up. Thought about the three, decides not. Alvarado kicks to OG in the corner. And OG Anunoby knocks down the triple. Timeout San Antonio. We got a 4-point game. You got to be kidding me right now. And there they are. The celebs are going crazy. The Knicks fans are going crazy. 99, 95, 4:32 to go in the fourth. A complete and utter collapse by San Antonio. 76 points in the first half. They got 99 with 4 to go in the fourth. I don't know. That's one of the biggest fall-offs in NBA history right there. It's got to be. If the Knicks come back and win this game, man, it's going to be what if for San Antonio. It's going to be what could have been. I mean, I don't know, like I said, what happened in that locker room during halftime, but whatever happened did not work. Whatever speech was said, like, hey, we got to keep up the intensity here, did not work. I'm blown away. We'll see what the Spurs have out of the timeout. We'll see. They got to get something going because, I mean, it's down to 4 and the crowd is in a frenzy. RC said that lead melted like a snow cone in Texas. Oh, yeah. Like the Wicked Witch of the North and the Wizard of Oz, man. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, that 3 by Anunoby is just cold-blooded. Watch party for the Knicks. I'm sure there's tons of watch parties for the Knicks. Going crazy. Wembanyama's got to take over. He's got to do something. Fox trying to shake anybody he can. Vassell back to Fox for 3. And De'Aaron Fox with a big shot for San Antonio to quiet down the Garden just a bit. What a shot by Fox. 102-95. 4 to go in the fourth. Brunson top of the key. Knicks need another bucket. Knicks have gotten back in this game. Oh, man, what a play by Jose Alvarado. He's got 5 fouls. He wears number 5, but that was a really good layup. 3:40 to go in the fourth. 5-point game. 5s everywhere. De'Aaron Fox top of the key. OG Anunoby on him. Driving in. Wembanyama, mid-range jumper. It's good. What a shot by Victor Wembanyama. 3:20 to go in the fourth. Brunson top of the key again. Dylan Harper, the rookie, on him. 7-point game. Major tension in the building. Towns. Back to Brunson again. Alvarado for 3. And Alvarado knocks down the triple. 104-100. That place is rocking and rolling. Under 3 to go in the fourth. 4-point game. My goodness, man. What a game has this turned out to be. I mean, I almost was going to cut it short earlier, but, man, we might have a really good finish on our hands. De'Aaron for 3. Bad possession for San Antonio. Nothing going on. And a turnover. RC says, Fox, that's what they got you for. I appreciate that, RC. I appreciate that praise. Appreciate you guys for being here. It's been fun. Now that it's starting to heat up, we got a ball game. Jackson, one thing to remember, you don't ever think just because you have a 20-plus point lead means you win. Absolutely. I mean, way too much time. The Spurs have collapsed. I'm telling you, if the Spurs lose this game, they just gut-wrenching. Absolutely gut-wrenching, and it could happen. A bucket here. Jalen Brunson with Castle on him this time. Castle with 5 fouls. He cannot foul out for San Antonio. Brunson kicks to Alvarado, who just hit probably the biggest 3 of his life. Brunson for 3. Brunson knocks it down. Oh my goodness. 104-103. 2:10 to go in the fourth. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Fox, top of the key. Spurs, their heartbeats right now. Got to be going insane. A turnover. Josh Hart. He missed the layup. Josh Hart missed the breakaway layup to take the lead. Oh my goodness, Josh Hart. Wembanyama driving and he's fouled. I cannot believe, man. How in the world did Josh Hart miss that layup? He got stuck between glass and just laying it in. Such a bad pass by De'Aaron Fox. He's turned it over several times. Josh Hart, though, man. It's like he wanted to dunk, and then he didn't. And then oh, boy. Josh Hart. How do you miss that, man? Like, that is crazy. I mean, to take the lead potentially as well. Nuts. And then Victor Wembanyama misses a free throw. That's rare. That's rare. He shoots very good at the line for a 7'4" guy. And he misses. Can he hit the second? 24 points, 13 rebounds for Victor Wembanyama. Can he get his team up by 2 here? He missed them both. Cat with the board. Hart to Brunson. Again, heartbreaking for Hart. Missing that easy, could have been dunk, layup, whatever. But now a chance for redemption. Brunson, top of the key. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Less than 1:30 to go. Brunson driving on Castle. Layup is good. Jalen Brunson puts the Knicks on top. First lead of the game for the Knicks. They were down by 29. And now they have the lead with 1 to go. What a meltdown, man. I cannot believe the Spurs right now. I can't even believe it. They almost turned it over again. Castle in the corner. 5 seconds left. And they're saying Castle was out of bounds. The camera's shaking so much because the building's going crazy. But I think that they ruled that Castle was out of bounds. Did his foot step out or did the ball go out? I guess so. They didn't call a foul because like he pointed at the ground. Because Castle's still in the game. It would have been a 6 otherwise. Brunson. Knicks up by 1. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. The Spurs just choked this away. And they still have a shot to win, but they choked it away, man. Brunson going up with it. Towns is at a shot clock violation. Brunson's down. He gets up, checking to see if the fans are okay. Everybody's good, but I think it was a shot clock violation, I believe. Look at the score by quarter. 41 for the Spurs, 35 in the second, 41 in the first, 35 in the second, then 14 and 14. Fourth quarter for the Spurs, 14 points, 4 of 17 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. New York, 30 points, 11 of 17 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3. And they're only up by 1. Man, the Spurs choked, man. Timeout on the court. If the Knicks win Game 4 after trailing by 27 at halftime, it'll be the largest comeback in NBA Finals history, eclipsing the Celtics' 24-point rally versus the Lakers in the 2008 NBA Finals. This is nuts. The Stanley Cup so far has been incredible, and this series has been great. I mean, the games just don't make any sense. I mean, Game 1, Spurs had it up the whole game. They blow it. Knicks win. And then again, Game 2, Knicks were up. Spurs come back. Then the Knicks hold on with a turnover from Wemby. Then Game 3, Knicks, Spurs going back and forth. Spurs end up finding a way to pull it out. And now tonight, biggest lead you'll ever see. Thinking the Spurs have this thing easily, and then they just choke. pandemonium in the Big Apple. I can't imagine what that atmosphere is like right now. It is nuts. Bet it's amazing. I don't know. I mean, like the first half was a snooze fest unless you were a Spurs fan. But man, that place is rocking and rolling now. You got Adam Sandler, former Knicks legends, Taylor Swift's enjoying the action. People questioning her Knicks fandom. I mean, everybody, Spike Lee, it's crazy right now, man, in the Big Apple. I don't know, man. If the Spurs blow this game, though, fully, if they do lose, it is one of the wildest games I've seen in a while when it comes to a collapse. This is like 28-3 Super Bowl with Brady, with the Falcons, up 28-3, and then Brady and the Patriots win 31-28. It's up there like that. That's how crazy it is. The Knicks look dead. Now, San Antonio, there's a foul, so San Antonio is going to the line. 30 seconds to go. To come back is fine. That's a good one, Jackson. That's a good one. No one boxed out. Josh Hart did not box out Castle. And that was a good play by Castle to throw it up at the rim. Not all you can do. Get fouled. Wemby just missed 2 free throws. Can Castle knock these down? He's been great at the line tonight. He does knock down the first, so we're tied again. 105-105. 12 points for Castle, but 7 of them at the line. He's 7-7. He's been clutch. 81% during the playoffs from the foul line. And his second free throw, it's good as well. Timeout, New York. Mike Brown and to talk it over with his team. Plus, the NBA is the rule where you get to advance. So, cross half court if you call timeout. But the Spurs have somehow, through it all, they've got the lead again. Can they get a stop? Wemby normally makes his free throws. Moment isn't too big for Castle. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine in that moment hitting free throws. I mean, Wemby is always good at the line, and he missed them both. But then Castle, he's 8 of 8. I mean, hasn't done much else right. Gotten in foul trouble. He hasn't made any big shots, really. But Castle at the line, I mean, if they win, I mean, a lot of it is going to be the Spurs have been good at the line. The Knicks have been to the line more, but the Knicks have missed like 8 free throws. And unfortunately for them, part of it is because of Mitchell Robinson. But San Antonio's been clutch at the line. That's really about one of the only things saving them. We got a few seconds left in this game, around 30 seconds left. We're going to find out what happens here. San Antonio, 29-point lead. They've fallen apart. They let the Knicks take the lead. But now San Antonio's up again. So we'll see. Just big shot after big shot by Jalen Brunson. Watch parties loving it. Everybody on their feet in MSG. Josh Hart's the inbounder. Brunson with the basketball. 25 seconds to go. 20 on the shot clock. Brunson driving. Thought about the mid-range. Kicks to Cat. Back to Brunson. Brunson driving. Blocked by Victor Wembanyama. What a block. Now the ball's going down the court. Fox has it. He goes up with it. What a block by OG Anunoby. 9 seconds left. 6 seconds left. Timeout. I think a timeout. Or they call a foul. Was that a foul on the floor because they had a foul to give? Or will there be free throws? I don't know if there will be free throws. Man, that was completely gutsy by Fox to go up with it. It didn't work. This was a good defense by OG Anunoby. But right now, we're at 5 seconds. 106, 105. So I think it's going to be Knicks ball. So it's a timeout. It was a timeout. Okay. I can't, like I said, I don't have it up, so I can't hear. I don't know exactly all the time what's going on unless they show it. So it was a timeout. It looked like the referee signaled foul. That's why I saw foul, but timeout works too. RC says Fox, you didn't need to shoot Jeffrey. He's a vet. Why would he? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, it was gutsy. It would have worked if he made it. But I mean, OG Anunoby, man, clutch though for the Knicks on defense. Absolutely clutch. Stopping the score. I mean, honestly, if the Knicks win, if they score that block, huge. Absolutely huge. But they got to score here. New York, they got to draw up something. Can they get Brunson to be clutch one more time? Brunson's had so many plays like this. Yeah, Alvarado almost messed up by going over and back. I mean, honestly, that could have been over and back. I guess they called timeout before. I think Mike Brown realized it, and he called timeout before he went over and back, I'm guessing, because it was close. He really – it could have gone either way on that. OG Anunoby's the inbounder. .7 seconds. Anunoby to inbound. Kicks to Brunson. Brunson for three. Off the mark. OG Anunoby! What in the world? You gotta be kidding me. 1.2 seconds left. Oh, my Lord. John Calipari's there as well. Everybody's there. Jalen Brunson, that's not the shot. I mean, he took a deep three. OG Anunoby. He's going to live in Knicks lore if they win this series. Wow. The inbounder saves the day. Brunson, I don't like the three, but then OG with the follow through. Put back. That is a crazy play by OG. That might seal it. I mean, obviously, Spurs, you time out. They're going to get the ball across half court. But look at that play. That is the stuff of legends right there. OG skying through the air. I mean, they're gonna make a frame out of that, man. The Knicks win this series. People are gonna remember the OG shot. You've got to be absolutely kidding me right now. If he don't get that ball, the game's over. That is incredible. That is an absolutely incredible rebound by OG Anunoby and putback. What a play. 1 second. Can San Antonio somehow score in 1 second? Harper's the inbounder with Cat on him. Can't let nothing to the rim for Wemby. Castle fumbles it. No foul. It's over. He had a shot, it looked like, but he fumbled the ball, and the Spurs fumbled the game. Knicks lead 3-1. What a game. I'm so glad I streamed this game. I'm glad I streamed it. Glad I was able to do it with you guys. Appreciate y'all for being here. I agree with you, Jackson. This is a game you tell your grandchildren 40 years from now. I mean, I'm not a Knicks fan here. I'm not claiming to be. I'm not a Spurs fan. Don't care who wins, but what a game. What a game. OG Anunoby, like I said, if the Knicks win this series and they win their first title in 50 years, his name is going to be in Knicks lore forever. What a shot. Clutch by OG Anunoby. Guy that gets forgotten about a lot of times in NBA circles. 30-piece for OG and one of the best putbacks you'll see. Kind of like the Derek White putback for the Celtics in that playoff game a couple years ago. I did. That was incredible, even though the Celtics ended up losing eventually. But that was incredible. Appreciate y'all for being here. One of the best games I've called live play-by-play on my channel. I what a blast. I had a thrill doing it. Appreciate all you guys for being here as OG Anunoby is getting interviewed. But he's going to live on, man, in Knicks lore forever if the Knicks win this series for that play. What a shot. What a game. What a collapse by the Spurs. But what a comeback by the Knicks. What a shot by OG Anunoby. But definitely, if you enjoyed the stream, like the stream down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Share the stream out on social media. Maybe I'll be able to stream another NBA game. I'm not sure. It'd be tough to do the next one, but if it goes further, maybe I'll be able to do another one. But I'm glad I at least got to do one game, and what a game it was. What a win for the Knicks. If you are a Knicks fan right now, I'm sure it is so exciting. But I appreciate you guys. What a shot by OG Anunoby. What a game. 33 points for OG. And, man, Spurs now, you got to come back from 3-1. That's going to be tough, demoralizing. Had the game, but the Knicks got it done. Appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you, Darrell. Thank you, RC Jackson. Everybody, appreciate it a lot, and I will see you guys next time.